And all those empty office buildings in downtown Seattle, dragging down property values. We have more of our conversation, which I shared part of in yesterday's episode with you, with the Downtown Seattle Association president and CEO, John Scholes. He's very concerned about the vacancy rate. I think the office vacancy rate in Seattle now is over 33 to 35%. I've seen all of those numbers. So here's what John Scholes has to say about that vacancy rate and the job exodus in the city of Seattle.
Vacancy rate that we face today of plus 30% in downtown Seattle. We've not had that level of vacancy over our history. And, we've been in some tough spots before during the Great Recession. In the 1980s, there were a number of new office buildings that all came online and were completed around the same time. And that helped inflate the vacancy rate significantly at that period. But this is somewhat unique. And the impacts are not just for the folks who own office buildings. The impacts are felt more broadly than that because it's having an impact on the value of commercial property in downtown. And we've lost billions of dollars of property value from office buildings downtown. And that has an impact on residents in our city because our city's so dependent on property tax collections. It shifts the burden to residential property within the city. So a thriving downtown is good for the rest of the city. And getting that office vacancy rate down, not just good for the folks who own the buildings, but really good for our tax base and for everybody that's paying in, whether you're residential or commercial. And right now we have too many barriers and too many additional costs for locating and growing jobs in our city relative to the other choices that employers have. And we've lost about 40,000 jobs in the downtown over the last 4 years. We're going in the wrong direction after 15 years of really robust and steady job growth. And so we're ringing the alarm bell that we're not in the same place we were in 2017 and 2018 and 19 when we had all these cranes in the air and Amazon was growing at this record clip and we had other tech companies coming to locate here and grow. We're in a different period and we need to take stock of the current reality and what the impacts are to a lot of things we all care about: a strong city tax base, a city that's affordable for residents and small business. And right now, the depression in commercial value because of a high vacancy, because of significant business taxes, is having a lot of negative consequences for many different sectors. And I don't know that City Hall is quite connecting the dots there. And we are urging that they look at how these things are connected and that we have a mindset and approach that says Seattle's open for business. We want to be competitive to other places and other choices that companies have. There's good reasons to be here. And we need to give people more confidence that it's going to be a place where they can be successful, where the regulations and the tax environment's fair and predictable. And that we're also sending a signal that you're welcomed here, you're supported here, you're adding value, we want you here.
Now, according to recent reports from the King County Assessor's Office, the city's most valuable skyscrapers have lost $3.7 billion in value since 2022. So, again, approximately a third of downtown commercial space remains vacant right now. Of course, Starbucks is doing their expansion in Nashville. Oracle has been moving out of Washington State. Nike, North Face, Vans, Lululemon, Saks, Abercrombie and Fitch. That's just to name a few of the businesses either relocating out of the state completely or making expansion plans outside of the state of Washington.